Welcome back to Scamversations, the podcast where we expose the cons, call out the crooks, and help you stay one step ahead of the scammers. I'm your host, Linda Roberts, and today's episode is a chilling one. We're talking about the house hustle, a scam where criminals don't just try to steal your identity, they try to steal your actual home. That's right, your property, your title, your roof over your head. This scam is real, it's growing, and it's leaving victims homeless, heartbroken, and caught in legal nightmares. In this episode, I'll break down how the scam works, who they target, and most importantly, how to protect yourself before it's too late. So grab your coffee, sit back, and let's talk about how scammers are hustling homes in America. Welcome to Scamversations, where we dive right into the gritty details of real-world cons. Today, we're tackling a really heartbreaking scam, when scammers steal your home from the very people who need it most.
Yeah, it's really a tough topic. Stealing someone's sanctuary like that, right?
Exactly. Imagine spending decades paying off your home, a place you've built memories in, and then, out of the blue, somebody shows up offering to, protect your home by transferring it into a trust or LLC. But instead of
Right.
safeguarding it, they actually take it away.
That's the ultimate betrayal. I mean, you're trusting a stranger with what is probably your most valuable asset.
Absolutely. And that's where the scam really starts. Posing as a legal advisor or estate planner, offering free consultations or even seminars that sound helpful on the surface.
Yeah,
But the
exactly.
catch is, the documents they present, they're deceptively written to transfer ownership to the scammer while promising benefits like avoiding probate or protecting from long-term care costs.
And it's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, isn't it? On paper, it might sound like a great idea for asset protection, but in reality, it hands over the keys to your home.
Right? It's like thinking you're getting an upgrade, but ending up getting downgraded to a total loss. This scam is particularly ruthless against elderly homeowners.
Yep. So how do these scammers actually get the deed transferred? Walk me through the steps.
Sure. First, the scammer presents themselves as a trustworthy professional, often linked to legal services or senior advocacy. They use various channels, personal visits, flyers, cold calls, to set up these free consultations.
Got it. And then they lure the homeowner in with promises of asset protection, saying, we'll safeguard your property from taxes or government claims.
Exactly. But here's the twist. When the documents are signed, they don't create a trust to protect the property. They transfer the deed altogether. And once these documents are recorded at the county office, there's no easy fix.
Yeah, that's chilling. So essentially the scammer becomes the new owner? That's just criminal.
Yes, exactly. In many cases, the scammer might even evict the victim, or they take out loans against the property and effectively rob them of both their home and their life savings.
Right? It's like stealing memories along with the deed. And this isn't just a theoretical risk, is it? There have been actual cases recorded across the country.
Absolutely. There are thousands of victims, mostly seniors, who find themselves on the wrong end of this scam.
Really unfortunate. I heard about one case where an elderly woman thought she was simply setting up a trust for her children, only to sign away full control of her home. Months later, she received an eviction notice.
Yes, that's one of the most heartbreaking examples. It just goes to show, these scams don't just strip away property, they steal memories, security, and so much more.
It really makes you wonder about the tactics used. I mean, how do scammers even come up with this?
Well, it's all about exploiting vulnerabilities. Think about it. Many seniors might be relatively isolated or not fully aware of modern scam techniques. So, when someone with professional-looking documents and firm language appears, they're inclined to trust them without, double-checking.
Yeah, that's true. I get that. But don't you think sometimes the system itself might be partly to blame? I mean, shouldn't there be safeguards when it comes to transferring property deeds?
That's a fair point. There are legal processes in place, but these scammers are so cunning, they forge an illusion of legitimacy. For example, they might use fake seals, official-sounding language, or even impersonate professionals from trusted agencies.
I see what you mean. So, what can homeowners do to protect themselves from falling prey to these scams?
Prevention is really all about awareness and caution. The first tip is Never sign any property-related documents without consulting a licensed attorney you trust.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's crucial to avoid unsolicited offers, especially those that come wrapped in too good to be true packaging.
Exactly. If someone you don't know is pushing for a quick signature, it's almost always a red flag.
Yeah, for sure.
Another important step is checking county property records periodically. This can alert you if any unauthorized changes have been made to your home's title.
I agree. I've also heard about deed alert services that notify homeowners when any changes occur. That seems like a really handy tool.
Yes, definitely. These services can be a real lifesaver, letting you catch fraudulent activity before it spirals out of control.
Yep, that sounds smart. And then there's the aspect of community awareness, right? Seniors should educate family, friends, and neighbors so everyone can keep an eye open for scams.
Exactly. It's like having a neighborhood watchdog. If even one person is alert, then you're all better defended.
Yeah, community vigilance is key.
Let's also touch on the scammers method one more time. They truly exploit human trust. They disguise high-pressure tactics with promises of security, and they, make everything seem urgent.
That's the manipulation right there. And it's unfortunate because in the end, these cons leave victims not just financially, but emotionally ruined.
Absolutely. They steal more than just property. They steal peace of mind, memories, and a sense of stability, which can be devastating for an elderly person.
Yeah, it's really heartbreaking. Though some might argue, isn't it partly the victim's fault if they never question the unsolicited help?
I get where you're coming from, but it's important to remember that these scammers are exceptionally persuasive. They target vulnerability and, preys on trust at a time when individuals feel isolated. It's not about fault. It's about a system manipulated by deceit.
That makes sense. Fair enough. So bottom line, always consult a trusted professional before making any changes related to property documents.
Right, that's the key takeaway. And don't hesitate to pause and get a second opinion if something doesn't feel right.
It sounds like awareness and due diligence are our best defenses against these heartbreaking scams.
Absolutely. And remember, folks, your home is your future. Never sign anything under pressure. Spread the word and stay vigilant.
That's the best advice. This conversation really underscores how scammers can wreak havoc on lives if we're not careful. Always keep an eye out and be smart with your decisions.
Agreed. Thanks for joining in this deep dive into one of the toughest scams out there. If you found these insights helpful, pass them along to someone who might need that extra layer of caution. Stay safe and, remember, always read that fine print.
Until next time on Scamversations, where we break down scams and empower you with the knowledge to protect your home and the people you care about.
And that's a wrap on this episode of Scamversations. The house hustle may sound like something out of a movie, but for too many people, it's a harsh and devastating reality. Scammers are bold, persistent, and always looking for new ways to take what's not theirs. If today's episode helped you see the warning signs or gave you the tools to protect yourself or someone you love, share it, talk about it, and help us stop these cons from spreading. I want to give a huge thank you to our amazing Linda Girls members, our returning supporters, and especially to all of our new subscribers this month. You're the heartbeat of this community. Your support makes this work possible, and we are so grateful to have you here. And don't forget, 10% of all channel revenue goes to the American Museum of Natural History, because while scammers get called out, science and education get the love. Make sure to follow the podcast, leave a review, and join us next time on Scamversations, where every call is a lesson and every scam is exposed.
Love watching our content? Watch more online at lrces.tv. Linda Roberts calls scammers television, outsmarting scammers Linda's way.